just-in-time accessories. Definitely have the bling and everything in between. TeAma Copeland is your independent paparazzi agent. Join her live online Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join her on Facebook at TeAma Sweetness Copeland or her fan page, Just in Time Accessories, or you can find her on YouTube at TheAnthonyBrownShow. That once again is Just in Time Accessories. Everything is only $5. Nickel and lead-free jewelry. TeAma Copeland, independent paparazzi agent. Just in Time Accessories. Definitely have the bling and everything in between. Check her out.
Make sure you go over to Goli.com and get your Goli gummies today. They have 3 selections, 3 choices to choose from. They have the apple cider vinegar, the ashwagandha, and new, they now have the superfruit. In addition to going over to GoliGummies.com, make sure you use the A.T.L as your discount code and receive a huge discount. It supports the channel and the podcast. In addition to all of that, the gummies, they're a source of antioxidant. They have vitamins B9, B12, promotes general good health, helps improve your daily health, contains pectin, a source of dietary fiber, uses pectin as a natural prebiotic to support the healthy gut and immune system, includes the mother, a healthy strain of bacteria, antioxidants, and enzymes. Mask the unpleasant taste of the apple cider vinegar. It's simple, it's delicious. It's Goli.
The Shepherd's Heart AME Church of Royal Palm Beach. Contemporary worship for this present age. At the Shepherd's Heart, we're centered on Christ, focused on family, and united in love. We are a come-as-you-are church. No dress code, no judgment, no kidding. The Shepherd's Heart AME Church, where the pastor is yours truly, Reverend Liam South. We're an out-of-the-box ministry. Come, break out of the box with us.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of The Anthony Brown Show, this series that we call the A.T.L. I'm yours truly, Mr. Anthony Brown. I'm joined tonight by my beautiful, lovely co-host, Miss TeAma Sweetness.
Hey, everybody.
The very bold, the very beautiful, and once again, the lady in red, Miss T Savage.
Hi, everybody. Good evening.
Hi.
And we're missing one. We're missing the L of the A.T.L. I guess he's running a little late, the legacy, the great. But we also have a very awesome special guest with us tonight. A dear friend of mine I've been knowing for 100+ years. And I know she don't look a day over 19. Miss Carma Lee.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Miss Carma. How are you?
Hi, gorgeous. How you doing?
I'm well. Thank you. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Good. Hey, D-Lo.
Karma's we're gonna get back with Karma a little later in the show to share her story and share exactly why she's here. Karma is a woman of many hats, an entrepreneur, a former rapper in the game, and trust me, she did her thing. Business owner, a mother, a life coach. She has a book out. It's just many facets when it comes to Karma, and we're gonna find out all that tonight. So get ready, as TD Jakes will say. So how you doing, TeAma? How you doing, T Savage? How y'all been?
I'm doing pretty good. This little mister giving me a run for my money.
Is he asleep right now?
Somewhat in between, child. That's why I keep muting.
No problem. I understand. Yes, TeAma just recently had a little one. He's the newest member of the A.T.L. show, Mr. Tyson. How you doing?
So cute.
Yes, indeed. How's it going, D. Bahamarad?
D says, good evening, guys. Hey, Mr. Bellows. He was on last week, y'all.
Hey.
So you guys make sure you check him out.
Watch the replay.
Yes, definitely watch the replay. You will be very enlightened and entertained. He's also a businessman and entrepreneur. He and his wife, they're doing their own thing over there. Let's see what I got over here to share with us. I'm trying to see where Legacy was. I just texted him again, and he has yet to respond. I was just talking to him earlier. He was trying to charge up his phone. Anywho, we have a special segment that we do in our show. It's much similar to the Strawberry Letter. We call it Dear A.T.L. And are you ready, Savage?
I'm putting it up right now.
Okay, no problem. Let me play the intro.
Dear A.T.L. is a segment of the show where you, the viewer, can write in and tell us about what's going on in your life. And we will read your letter and respond to your letter live here on the air. So if you're experiencing relationship problems, best friend disputes, baby mama, baby daddy drama, marriage issues, church hurt, church issues, and many, many more, send your letters to TheAnthonyBrownShow at gmail.com.
I am ready.
Look, we got a viewer all the way from Trinidad and Tobago.
Couture said, love all the way from Trinidad and Tobago. Shout out to Carma. You look beautiful.
As always.
You, Katora.
Katora, make sure you hit that subscribe button, sweetie. Hey, Mello, see if you can get your brother.
Mello said, shaking my head, irresponsible bro. We're going to whoop him when we see him. We'll put these hands to that short man.
Yeah, I just talked to him an hour ago. So make sure, Mello, see if you can wake him.
Katura says, shout out all the way from the Caribbean. Carmen, you look so beautiful.
Thank you, Katura. Make sure you hit the subscribe button.
Katura says, subscribe. Thank you, boo. We appreciate it. Yes. You ready, Anthony?
Yes, let's get right into this letter. You ready, Carma?
Yes.
Not only are we going to have an opportunity or a chance to respond to this, the writer or caller, we're going to allow you to also comment on their letter as well.
Okay.
And also the viewers in the comment section, if you have anything you want to say to this person who wrote in a letter, please write your comments below and we'll show your comments on the screen. Go right ahead, Savage.
Dear the A.T.L. show, first of all, I want to say T. Savage, TeAma, and Anthony all are awesome. That legacy is off the chain. Overall, I love the show and watch faithfully. A real fan here. Excuse me. I can see you all going places, doing bigger and better things. We're going to speak into existence. Thank you. Thank you. Hallelujah.
Receive
it. Okay. I have been in a relationship for almost a year now with a much older man. He is in his 60s and I am in my 40s. We both have children, but not together. Their sex is great, and he has even proposed to me and often refers to me as his wife. The issue is he has a best friend of 9 years who has a girlfriend. I had an issue with their closeness, and my boyfriend has said no one will come between them or can break the bond they have. There are times when his best friend has called my phone, playing on the phone, but my boyfriend is with me late in the evening. The best friend has even called my boyfriend's phone, telling him he's lonely and needs to see him. My boyfriend even lies about his whereabouts when they are together and will not call me or answer my calls when they are around each other. He says it helps to keep down drama and confusion. Eyebrow raise. Recently, the overjealous best friend and I had an argument, and instead of my boyfriend standing up for me, he did nothing. Fighting words. When his best friend charged at me, my boyfriend came between us to prevent contact. In one of my visits to the best friend's place, I have also discovered them indulging in cocaine use. My boyfriend said, it's him, I'm not doing it. Due to the fact my boyfriend did not stand up for me and make me feel safe, I called off the relationship. My now ex-boyfriend says I am overreacting and being unreasonable. He continues to push the narrative of how much he loves and adores me. Won't stop calling. What should I do? Signed, a love triangle, and I'm tired.
Wow.
All I can say is wow.
I so wish I was on camera.
Wow, wow, and more wow.
Honey.
I don't think this is for me to speak on.
That's for you. That's for you, Carma.
Hi,
Levi said, peace, Carma.
What's up, Levi? Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit the
subscribe button. I want to Mello says question.
Mello said questionable dudes. Hashtag good job, woman. Hashtag tell buddies to get lost.
my response to that letter, I would say, when I first heard the letter, heard of the situation, I assumed at first that she was talking about a bisexual man, and I assumed that the person, her boyfriend, was, to be honest, was gay, because. But not necessarily, because TeAma and her best friend also has a strong bonded relationship, a bond that can't be broken. And there's nothing sexual going on between the two of them. So although it is possible, it is not the norm that two men would have such a close bond, and so close to the point where even when your lady calls your phone any hour of the day, that you can't answer your phone. You know, I feel that if a woman calls your phone, regardless of where you are, what you're doing, whatever time of day it is, there should be no reason for you not to be able to answer your phone. And then to say to keep that confusion, the confusion is what? With who? That's your lady. I understand, you have a strong bond with this man or with this dude, but nevertheless, that's your lady. And if you say you love her and you want to marry her and you propose to her, then she should feel like you love her. And
Mello said 2 dudes, that's a no-go.
And at the same token, one thing that a woman definitely wants and expects from a man is to feel safe and secure. And it's sad that she has a man and he was present and she did not feel safe.
Let me tell you, that sounds like it was a female friend. No male is gonna let a male charge at his woman.
That's what I was.
So his friend is a female.
No, his friend is a male. Because
hell no! I would have said fuck the both of them.
I spoke to her this writer called me through Messenger and spoke to me on the phone. So the best friend is a male. Her boyfriend is a male.
Girl, your man gay as all outdoors. Next chapter. I can help you with that. He gay as all outdoors, honey. You his beard. No,
D said, I agree with you, Anthony. I think it's a bit more going on. They are too grown to be indulging in cocaine. Anything that doesn't add will definitely subtract from you. Move on.
And another thing, the second part is, speaking of, I forgot about the cocaine usage. One thing I know for a fact with cocaine, and a lot of people don't realize, is that cocaine heightens your sexual intensity. And I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that without put my business out there. But I guess I have to, because we keep it real over here. Cocaine heightens your sexual intensity so much to the point where you tend to do things sexual that you would normally do if you wasn't on the cocaine. For example, I know a friend of mine was telling me about his brother-in-law was married and he lived a straight heterosexual life, had a wife, had kids and everything, blah, blah, blah. Wherever they lived, they had a basement, and the basement was the man cave. So whenever the homeboys came over, they would always go downstairs in the basement. And as a result of going down in the basement, they would smoke their weed, snort their powder, the cocaine, or whatever. So just out of curiosity, one day, the wife.
Mello said, let's get it together, buddy. It's gay 2 times so you know it's real. Couture said, I thought the friend was a woman. Dang, this is very suspicious. Boundaries are so important.
That's true.
as well as being honest.
So every now and then, like I said, so there's one particular time the wife decides she wants to sneak down the stairs and see what's going on in the man cave while her husband was downstairs with all the fellas. And to her surprise, she caught them having sex. And I mean, not just oral, but intercourse. I mean, going full throttle, tearing it down, sex. And this activity went on for years and months and years. And she kept quiet. So I don't know how she was able to keep quiet and keep to herself. Maybe it was for stability or because of the kids. I don't know what went through her mental psyche to make her stay in that situation. But she did. And as a result of it, one day they were all in a family reunion gathering where it was her husband. Now, let me back up. And when they were not using the cocaine, the sex didn't go on. The man-on-man sex never took place. They never talked about it. They never acted like they were gay. It was just something that once the cocaine hit their system, it heightened them and they went all slaves.
They turned into rabbits. Jackrabbits.
They turned into jackrabbits, literally.
You know what else make you like that? Ecstasy.
So what happened was when they were in this.
Levi said drugs ain't for everyone. I know that's right. Mello said either way is terrible. Neither one is okay.
So what ended up happening is, like I said, they were in a family gathering, a family situation where both sides of the family was now together. His side of the family, which was my homeboy and his brother, his sister-in-law, her family, they're all in a family reunion type situation gathering. So tons of people were there. And it was a situation where I guess he had too much to drink or whatever. Carma, you got all these fans, girl.
Hey, Tay.
Tay said, Carma, heart.
Hey, make sure you hit that subscribe button, please.
Hit the subscribe button, Tay. You definitely won't miss
So,
it. Tay would be good, too.
So as a result of them being in this family gathering, what happened was the husband ended up drinking too much. So she being a good wife, she's like, trying to be overprotective to her husband and making sure he don't drink too much and maybe, put that down, you had enough to drink and blah, 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 blah. So he decides to man up and get, puff up his chest, and he decides to slap the hell out of her in front of everybody.
Wow.
Oh.
And everybody in the whole family was like, like they couldn't believe what they were seeing or hearing.
He slapped the hell out of her in front of the whole family.
And the whole family reunion shut down. So at that moment,
know it did.
They turned that nigga into a straight mosh pit.
I know they did.
Wait, at that very moment, she said, "Oh, you want to slap on me? Why you don't slap on those niggas that be pounding your ass in the basement?" It all came out at the family reunion.
The shade of it all, baby.
So my homeboy was telling me that she let it all out and she revealed it all. And she was like, "Oh yeah, you didn't think I know? It's been going on for years." And she started naming the guys who was in the basement in the
So she outed everybody then.
Outed everybody at the family gathering. Mama didn't play, mama didn't have it. So that's what I'm saying. So in this letter situation, if they're using cocaine, not only does his normal behavior seem suspect, I'm telling you, in case you haven't witnessed or haven't experienced it, because of the cocaine use, this other activity could possibly also be happening. So that's my response to the letter. You guys take it away.
But let me tell you, even if they went down in the basement with alcohol, they still gay, because they know what they do when they get on that. And every time they come, this once a month, once a week, they waiting on that dick. I don't know what y'all talking about, cocaine, whatever you want to call it. They be putting that on their calendar.
Come on, there is no drug that can make me want something I didn't want to begin with. Them boys wanted to take that life and used getting high as an excuse.
I agree with what he just said. I agree with him.
So I'm late. Could I get a quick refresher? What's the topic? You want me to reread it?
The topic is karma, but if you want to reread the letter, we could we can reread the letter to you as well, so that you can also comment below. Tay, you want us to reread the letter? But this is the topic right here. Miss Carma Lee, author, mother, entrepreneur, rapper, life coach. that
Okay,
movie.
then with that don't. I see that don't. Yes, ma'am. Come through in.
And
Ooh,
so,
angle.
Don't make me blush. Don't make me blush. I'm trying to keep it cute
Girl,
and
it's
quiet.
okay. You can blush, girl.
I'm trying to keep it cute and
Kaya
quiet.
says hi. Miss Sassy Cat says, hey, Carma. Hey, y'all. Hey, Miss
Hey,
Sassy. Hit that
gorgeous.
subscribe, boo. Hit that like.
hit that
Hit that
subscribe and like and
Subscribe
share this.
below.
Tay said yes.
Okay, so,
Read the letter, please.
okay, so, dear the A.T.L show, period. Yes, Karma, Tay said. Dear A.T.L show, I'll skip that part. We're just getting to the story. I have been in a relationship for almost a year now with a much older man. He's in his 60s and I am in my 40s. We both have children, but not together. The sex is great, and he even proposed to me and often refers to me as his wife. The issue is he has a best friend of 9 years who has a girlfriend. I had an issue with their closeness, and my boyfriend has said no one will come between them or can break the bond they have. There are times when his best friend has called my phone, playing on my phone, but my boyfriend is with me late in the evening. The best friend has even called my boyfriend's phone, telling him he's lonely and needs to see him. My boyfriend even lies about his whereabouts when they are together and will not call me or answer my calls when they are around each other. He says it helps to keep down drama and confusion. Recently, the over jealous best friend and I had an argument, and instead of my boyfriend standing up for me, he did nothing. When his best friend charged at me, my boyfriend came between us to prevent contact. In one of my visits to the best friend's place, I have also discovered them indulging in cocaine use. My boyfriend said it's not him doing it. Due to the fact that my boyfriend did not stand up for me and make me feel safe, I called off the relationship. My now ex-boyfriend says I am overreacting and being unreasonable. He continues to push the narrative of how much he loves and adores me. Won't stop calling me. What should I do? Signed, a love triangle, and I am tired.
Okay, Tay. What say you?
Well, this case say leave him with his best friend. Best friend, get your waist. Get it.
I think the best thing that she could have done in this letter is to leave the relationship. So there shouldn't be a
Mm-hmm.
question about what should I do. You've already done the best thing that you could have done is leave. You know, because one, if you have to question your situation, then that's all the more reason to get out. Um, you should have to question, if your partner loves you, or if your partner is going to make you feel safe, if your partner is going to make you feel wanted. Are you going to feel loved, or do you feel appreciated? These are questions that you should just know, and by the way, based on their actions, based on their doing, not the saying. So he could tell you, "I love you, I love you, I love you." That's the saying, but love is an action word, not a verbal word. So we don't want to hear it. We want to see it. And because you didn't make me feel safe and you wasn't there to protect me and make me, feel wanted and appreciated and whatever, then it shows me that you don't love me. So that's bull. When you say you love me, that's just something you're saying.
Dee said all the extra money going to cocaine, there will be no stability for her. Red flags. Tay said, phew, okay, definitely glad she left. Never ignore the red flags.
That was red flags, red comforters, red sheets,
Hmm.
red walls, red bottoms. That was total red.
Long heels, red bottom. Long heels, red bottom. Step, step, step. I'm sorry, Carmen, because I was working a minute on this camera money.
Don't make me just start getting up.
I see you ready, girl. You ready? Hey, Samantha. Samantha saying red flags.
Samantha, it's good to see you tuned in, honey. Subscribe, definitely. I personally feel like, just my opinion, I feel like that this is based on what I've seen over the years. I feel like 85% of men are bisexual. So soon when I see a flag, I don't make excuses for it. I don't look over it. I don't question it. I just say, oh, he's Trey.
85%?
That's just my opinion. I feel 85%.
How many women you think?
All of them.
Miss Sassy Cat said, I will be out. They're a little suspect. Peace. Tay said, shark infested water. Samantha said, yes, boo. Kabbalah said, okay, I don't know what it is. Although G is perfect, maybe time to properly communicate. If they in a real relationship, they need to talk and work.
But it's just like some things are just
Miss Sassy Cat said, I agree, sis.
Yeah, I just don't feel like there's to me, for the only time a friend is going to be that jealous if they've been sexually active with that person.
Facts, preach.
You understand me? Because at the end of the day, I can love you, Savage, T Savage. You could be my girl from elementary. But if I never had a sexual relationship with you, I would not be that overprotective and be jealous with the woman with the man that you claim you love so much. And if I'm your best friend, like she say, that man is her man's best friend, he would have never disrespected her like that because he knew that was hurting his friend. The only way I would have looked over that and be ready to fight you is because we're sleeping with the same person. That's the only kind of jealousy that will come in like that. That spirit alone would make you attack that person only through sexual relations. Now you can get jealous and be like, I just don't like him for you. You know, he make me sick. I can't stand him. But it's a different kind of jealousy. It's not a jealousy wherein you only fight when feelings are involved. And a lot of times feelings get involved through sex. There's no best friend over here fighting the person that you claim you love and I adore, unless you and your best friend tipping and you done fell in love through sex, just like she in love. Because at the end of the day,
I agree with that too, but that's my best friend at the bottom, and anybody F with her, they're gonna have to see me, and we ain't hunching.
But the point is though, she would not.
But
listen, if she loved you, she would never put you in that situation where.
Right. Of course. Oh yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you at all.
There's no way. There's no way unless it's sex. Like me and my cousin, we're like this. My cousin Lynn, we're like this. And she's not fond of the man that I'm with, but the love that she has for me, she just be like, you already know I don't like him like that. But as far as charging after him and want to fight him, only way that's gonna happen if I don't crib the teeth with her late night and she behind the scene like, girl, you know I don't like you with that.
Right.
You know.
Exactly.
When he looking, come on now, you don't want to go to that girl and go to the club. So
when that friend go to asking you questions, and want to know and need to know this, and why is this? Chabu, they fucking period.
Exactly.
On God, bitch, miss me with that dumb shit.
We know. You know, that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Oh, you already know.
Oh, look who decided to show up.
Welcome, Legacy.
Hey, how y'all doing this evening?
You should have just came to Friday show. Coming this late, shoot. You might have seen it.
My bad, y'all. I had a little.
He said, no man or woman should come between y'all.
True.
Now, let me ask you this, Legacy, before we move on. Did you hear the letter?
No, I didn't.
Because I really wanted to hear your response to the letter, because I know it's gonna be unreal.
Well, let Goldie Mouth do her thing and just chop it up a little bit.
Read the letter for a third time.
I would appreciate it. Chop and screw it, baby. Chop and screw it.
You officially been chopped and screwed.
That's what I believe he was doing, Anya. Chop and screw.
All right, here we go. I guess I'll read the first part over since N-Child Private Eyes here. Dear A.T.L show, first of all, I want to say T Savage, TeAma, and Anthony, all are awesome. That legacy is off the chain. Overall, I love the show and watch faithfully. A real fan here. I can see you all going places doing bigger and better things. Bigger and bigger things. I have been in a relationship for almost a year now with a much older man, and he's in his 60s and I'm in my 40s. We both have children, but not together. The sex is great. He has even proposed to me and often refers to me as his wife. The issue is he has a best friend of 9 years who has a girlfriend. I had an issue with their closeness, and my boyfriend has said no one will come between them or can break the bond they have. There are times when his best friend has called my phone, playing on the phone when my boyfriend is with me late in the evening. The best friend has even called my boyfriend's phone telling him he's lonely and needs to see him. My boyfriend even lies about his whereabouts when they are not together. When they are together, and will not call me or answer my calls when they are around each other. He says it helps to keep down the drama and the confusion. Recently, the overjealous best friend and I had an argument, and instead of my boyfriend setting up for me, he did nothing. When his best friend charged at me, my boyfriend came between us to prevent contact. In one of my visits to the best friend's place, I've also discovered them indulging in cocaine usage. My boyfriend said it's not him doing it. Due to the fact that my boyfriend did not stand up for me and make me feel safe, I called off the relationship. My now ex-boyfriend says I am overreacting and being unreasonable. He continues to push a narrative of how much he loves and adores me. Won't stop calling me. What should I do? Signed, a love triangle, and I am tired.
Oh man. Well, he's talking about
They gay, kids said they gay.
That's what I'm laughing at. She's like, they gay.
Pure muffin ring, Mello said.
It's definitely some brown eye checking going on.
So what?
Brown
eye checking.
The eye in the back.
Oh my God. Oh my
God. because boy, let me tell you, so that's crazy. You talking about he say he trying. The reason he don't answer the phone with his chick is because he trying to keep confusion down. He trying to between the boyfriend and the girlfriend. So when he ride his best friend, he don't answer the phone because he keeping confusion down. Yeah, he keeping confusion down, but he keeping another penis up. He need. Oh man, that's crazy though. Oh Lord, I just don't think. You know, I am big on friendships. If I've had a friend, go ahead, TeAma. Savage.
Kamal said, I'm at work and listening as I work, and I missed some stuff from this letter the first time. Some of those bros over hoes type undercover download scenarios. Them boys dating. Bros before hoes. Oh, Bella said playing in the ruffles. Wait a minute, those tips. I like the ruffle tips now. We ain't talking about the tips, are we? Kamal said that's my brother legacy.
That's crazy though, but I mean, I do understand sometimes in relationships, you know, if you was in a relationship, a friendship with someone before you met your significant other, that you know, sometimes the woman can be or the man can be jealous of the connection because you know that just as much information about the significant other as the other person do. But listen, the gentleman that keeps coming on right now is my brother Mello. Kamal is a great friend and a brother to me too. Tony is too. But if my woman tell me to slow down on spending so much time with any one of them cats, we ain't gonna be hanging out as much. And I dare want them to charge my woman, then we definitely lose complete friendship because I gotta wreck your world.
Amen. Let church say amen.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. If I was in a situation and charging at me and you ain't do nothing, I'm gonna charge at you when you get between us. Okay.
Let church say amen.
Who gonna get me off of you?
Yeah.
The man said, which woman? I'm screaming. I'm not doing this, Mello. We is not doing this pettiness, shadiness tonight, sir. Oh gosh.
Well, person, all I can tell you to keep walking, keep on walking, do not look back, keep walking.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Keep
What
walking.
but the thing could
Samantha
be
said hollering.
Me too, Samantha.
Listen.
You see how quiet I am, and I'm never quiet. I'm just
listen, the thing could be is
This is
that
crazy, Kia said.
the thing could be is that both of their ruffle sacks
Oh my
might be
God.
good to him. So he don't want to lose either ruffle sack.
Nah, he
Where
can
did this
keep all the
terminology
ruffle
ruffle
sacks.
sack come? Where did this come from?
Legacy, I personally think he's just gay, and he's afraid to come out in the open because he doesn't want to feel rejected. Because if he's loving his woman like he say he is, his best friend would be the first person to know how he really feel about his woman, you know. And the woman got 3 hoes. You got to pick one, or you can have all 3. So if you still messing with your best friend, and you neglect your woman, and you kind of like choosing your best friend over your woman, I think you're gay, and you're just in denial. I think he's gay, and he's just in denial, and he's using his girl for a cover.
Mr. Meadow said charging at my lady is definitely a no. Meadow said probably.
Yeah, he seemed like
he said, "Who will you choose, your woman or your best friend for years?" I'm gonna choose my woman because at the end of the day, if he my real best friend, he gonna understand.
Exactly.
He's going to understand. He or she gonna understand. This my ride or die. This my partner.
But what if it's that if both of them understand the significance that each one of them means to that individual, they both wouldn't put him or her in a position where that she has to choose.
Let
or
me
that
help
person
y'all.
has to choose.
With this whole new thing of friends, that shit is straight BS. Y'all remember I had to straighten somebody because the first thing they wanted to ask me, what are we doing about this baby? Bitch, what baby? Because you can't be talking about the one that's in me. So I don't know what you and him discussed, but bitch, we finna wrap this up real quick. Because I'm finna go to jail and my mama finna have my jet. So what baby are we talking about?
This one right here.
So
we're not,
no.
Stop promoting the violence.
These friends let you know where they stand. So when them friends give you that light, you better follow that light and bitch walk off into the moonset. Don't fall for that.
Don't fall for the
friends tell you, okay?
Mello said it's the muscles for him. What muscle? What muscle? Kay said, so what if the shoe was on the other foot? Would it be the same?
Well, to be honest, go ahead, Mama. You can go first. Go ahead.
Like, far as what? Like, if my girlfriend had a problem with my dude and she charged my dude, or me and my girlfriend was real close and I had to neglect my dude when I'm with my girlfriend, is that what the question?
I guess that's what it is, what they're asking.
I don't let people dictate what I'm gonna do, because if you gotta make me choose, you lose. Because you gotta
that's exactly what I said.
You gotta respect me enough to know that I'm gonna run my show. I'm the queen of my castle. And I'm loyal to who's loyal to me. So you telling me to be disloyal to my friend that's been here all these years, for my man that's been here for a year or so, y'all got to know y'all place and know that I'm loyal to both of y'all.
Yep.
If y'all don't like each other, that's fine, but y'all gonna respect each other because y'all love me. So the loyalty got to go with me, and I'm gonna demand that. So my friend ain't gotta like my man, and I don't want you liking my man too much, because then I'm gonna be side-eyeing like, wait a minute. So at the end of the day, I don't have some friendly girls I hung with, and I realized they weren't friends like I thought they was. You live and learn as you get older. So as you get older, you really don't want your friend too buddy with your dude as you get older, but you want that level of respect. And then you still want your man to know, when I say I'm going out with my girl, don't think we out tricking and kicking and skipping. Like, you may not like her, but you're gonna respect her because that's my girl. And
I gotta ask you something on that.
Hold on 1 second, Legacy. Kia said, why his best friend do not want him with you?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead.
He said, let's not forget they are participating in cocaine. use, burning up the profits and money. With the laughing emoji. We know Mr. Meadows bought that check. We know he bought that check. He ain't smoking on nothing, sniffing nowhere. He might be smoking. He ain't snorting on nothing.
It's just crazy that you say that because when you have friendships or fellowships with people, for men that are promiscuous and for women that are whorish, when you have friends like that and your significant other sees this and notice about them, whether it's a man or a woman, that significant other tends to want to pull his or her significant other away from that group of friends because, in hindsight, a lot of people say you shouldn't put yourself in certain predicaments. If you know that your partner is a hoe and when he go to the club, he or she hangs with the opposite sex a lot, even if you don't interact so much with that group, if your girl walk up on you and catch you with 2 or 3 of your homeboys that she considered to be whores or whorish, and they got 4 or 5 women around y'all, sometimes people tend to say, well, I know if 3 of them was for you, that 4th person was yours too. So sometimes you do, in order to satisfy the significant other, either your friends that you hang with are going to respect that your husband or your wife don't want you affiliating with this type of atmosphere or this group, or you gonna end up losing a relationship anyway because that person is gonna feel that you are putting bros before hoes or hoes before bros.
Kamal said, I hear extreme confusion. Kamal said, I don't care how long someone has been my friend. When I have a soulmate, my friend will respect that 100%. That's how you know if that's a real friend.
But Kamal,
Levi said, friends or family should never be too involved in your relationship at all. Carmen said she love you, Kamal.
Kamal, I love you too, but that's what you just said out your mouth is full of shit. Because
no, it ain't Kamal.
First of all, you don't talk to Kamal like that. That's number one.
God damn.
You don't talk to our number 2 fan like that. That's
I'm sorry. Yeah. I can't talk to Kamal like that.
No, sir, no, sir.
So I can't talk to Kamal like that.
Did I stutter? No.
So I
no in English, no in Spanish, no in French.
Guess what?
No, nah, nay,
you full of shit, Kamal. You full of shit, Kamal.
He just said that because he over there constipated and he full of shit. That's all. He constipated. Let me get you some Miralax. Smooth that digestive tract a little bit. Draw the water.
Ladies, let me say this.
Mello said that's why she don't. Mello said that's why she don't want me to go nowhere with you now. See?
You see?
Bam.
Listen.
At least not in an intimate degree. Levi said. Kia said a man should love his woman no matter what. Agreed, Kia.
Hold on, you agree to what?
A man should love his woman no matter what.
That's a lie. Oh, the woman should love her man. So I can't.
But legacy, all bets are off when you got a friend that want to address your significant other.
Exactly.
Then
listen, I'm not arguing that. That's not what I'm arguing. That's not, you're right, but that's not what I'm arguing. What I'm arguing is what Kamal said about, when you find your soulmate. Every relationship that you be in is not a soulmate relationship.
That's why he said soulmate. He wasn't saying every relationship.
I don't know. Listen, don't nobody know what a goddamn soulmate is until they don't spend 30, 40 years with them.
I disagree.
That's not true.
You crazy. Ain't nobody know soulmate in 2 years.
You could know.
I didn't say 2, but you said 30, 40.
You can know
your
you can know your soulmate. You can know your soulmate when they present themselves on the level that you know that you never felt with anybody in your past before. You can know that. There's no time on knowing your soulmate because that's technically saying, you need X amount of time to know what you really want. Your soulmate is, in my opinion, Your soulmate is the one that's going to fill in the gap. Your soulmate is going to be that friend. Your soulmate is going to be someone that makes you feel like nobody else matters, and you understand me, you feel me, you love me, you're supportive, you're everything I need. And sometimes you can get that, and you can get that in 6 months to a year, versus you could be with somebody for 30 years and never got this feeling. That's why some people leave their relationships and they think, oh, you just left me for a fuck, and not knowing, no, this person that I knew what I needed all these years, I never got from you, they gave it to me in 6 months to a year. So
Yes.
Hold on. I'm gonna say this.
So you love your boyfriend before your old lady?
No, I don't. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is just to so I can address this matter.
Mello said you don't know first date.
You don't know.
Some people do know first date.
Some people know. Some people know. Some people know lust first date.
Yes.
Hey, listen,
why are you yelling
if we go,
short stuff?
Because I have to. Because every time I start talking, I get a bunch of people that talk over me.
Well,
so
what's happening is I'm reading the comments. I'm reading the comments. That's why I'm talking over you. I apologize. Katura said, yes, your soulmate connects with you on a whole other level.
Exactly.
I agree.
Oh God!
I can count in one hand how many people I told that I would love unconditionally.
Kia said, if love somebody, your best friends, if love somebody, your best friend do come between y'all, he should have respect for her all times.
Amen.
All I'm saying is the divorce rate proves that finding soulmates is far and few in between. There is more divorces from people thinking they found their soulmates and are being divorced right now because of a feeling that they thought they had is insignificant. So no, I don't believe that I don't believe that you finding a damn soulmate in no you have to first go through something and endure the test.
Legacy, do you know your soulmate don't even have to be someone that you ever had sex with or intercourse?
Yes, I can
Mello
go for that.
Said, y'all keep out talking him. He said with his chest to be heard. So basically, you said Legacy, that ain't your soulmate. That's just
person doing.
That ain't your soulmate at first, Legacy. That's just gas. That's gas you feeling. They ain't no soulmate, huh?
No, I don't know about that, but I'm just saying that I just don't believe in no soulmate shit. I believe your soulmate can be your best friend that ended up being your homeboy. Your soulmate could be your best friend, which could just like you and T Savage been together since y'all was in kindergarten. That's a soul tie. That's over 20, 30 years. If you or that person have not been put through the fire and be able to reattach and get it back together, no matter what the situation is, that's not a soul tie, because you cannot separate a soul tie, because it's in your soul. You have to have that person regardless, in your life, in your energy, regardless of what it comes. Most marriages can't. Listen, we spoke to a family Friday, and that man spoke and his wife spoke about how his mom and father was together 70 years. And in those 70 years, they had real problems. Most relationships and marriages cannot sustain regular problems, because for one, we don't want to endure any pain. I'm not saying that relationships require you to go through hurt, but most relationships, if you talking about a journey of a relationship, you are going to embark in a journey on some pain. It's life. But to be able to just turn around and walk away from something after something hurts you, then you turn around, I can't put it up. I can't. No, that's not real. That's not a soul tie.
Not true. I'm gonna be honest, Legacy. I never heard anybody say the same sentence, best friends and soul ties. I only heard the soul ties thing about people that have been intimate with one another. Physically intimate.
Somebody just said, but just because you ain't never heard it,
Carma.
Just because you've never heard it doesn't mean that it's not true.
Listen to what he's saying.
Just because you never heard it.
I know for a fact, Herman Carwood is definitely my soulmate.
Exactly. You don't just like
I
think
have
TeAma
never
said
slept with that man a day in my life. in my life. But he is the only man that I can relate to on every level with no questions asked.
So anyway, we spent an hour answering this question for this person that wrote in. I want to thank them for writing in. And at the same token, just remind everybody that if you have any letters that you want to write in, definitely send them in to TheAnthonyBrownShow@gmail.com. And here's our outro for this segment, and we'll be moving on.
Dear A.T.L is a segment of the show where you, the viewer, can write in and tell us about what's going on in your life. And we will read your letter and respond to your letter live here on the air. So if you're experiencing relationship problems, best friend disputes, baby mama, baby daddy drama, marriage issues, church hurt, church issues, and many, many more, send your letters to TheAnthonyBrownShow@gmail.com.
You said respect legacy.
I just want to say this right quick. If you don't have a letter to write to send in, but you got your friend's situation, write us a letter, but don't put her name in it so we can use the story. Okay?
There you go.
We'll take it. We'll keep it anonymous. It don't have to be your story. It just got to be true. Can't be no lies. I don't be writing in no fables, but I'm just saying. Thank you, Kia said.
With how drama for this world is, I don't think people got to lie when they write a letter.
Okay.
Yeah.
The pandemic done brought out some crazy ass shit. Okay.
Yes,
oh my God.
That PP loan, the PP loan is showing people true colors. That's what's getting me. I'm like,
Who
wow,
you telling? Who you telling?
That couple dollars got y'all walking different, talking different, and people been getting money since '93, and y'all acting like this. Ooh, I see why it took so long.
Girl, you feel me?
Ooh, they showing their ass, made me like, oh, spin it slow, baby, spin it slow. I pray you.
Child, they got these dudes
Very
that's
slow.
falling in on their ass, spending that money quicker than they can get it and leaving them right after.
This pandemic,
that hard.
how people acting when they ran showing the toilet paper. Then the PP loan, SBA loan started showing people how they act when they get a couple dollars, and I'm just like, well,
a fool.
Carry on, baby.
I want to show y'all before we get into Miss Carma. I want to show you this little video that Legacy found today on Facebook. He shared with me, and I wanted to share with you all. And it's keeping in the same the Father's Day mode.
Hold on, before you show that, Tony, let me just give a true credit to who it deserves to be given to. Mello is the person that sent it to me. So y'all get ready.
Okay.
Oh, look at Daddy.
He's not my dad, Mom.
Really, Ava?
He's not. My dad's in jail and I miss him.
Oh my God.
Why that don't sound like something my kid to tell you?
Tony, play it one time. Play it one more time, Tony. Please play it one more time.
They ain't my
play
daddy.
Play it one more time.
My daddy in jail.
Oh, look at Daddy.
He's not my dad, Mom.
Really, Ava?
He's not. My dad's in jail and I miss him.
That's right. That's right, little mama.
Miss Paula, hey, Miss Paula, how you doing? Miss Paula saying, wow.
Listen, that ain't no damn right.
Mama.
That ain't right. That ain't right.
Why that ain't right?
Okay, I'm finna get.
Hold on real quick. I want to tell Miss Paula happy anniversary, happy 1 year anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Miss Paula.
Happy anniversary, Miss Paula.
Listen, what that little girl trying to tell her is, Mama, because you messing with him, don't doubt that nigga as my daddy on social media.
Let me tell you how that shit would have happened. Let me tell you how that would have happened.
Y'all.
Let me tell you how that would have went if this would have been. You got this man out here sweating, slaving over this goddamn bicycle. Now it is messed up that the mama tried to interact that hey dad and all that. That's the mama situation. But that man supposed to have picked that bicycle up. How it supposed to have went was when the mama said that, and that little girl said, he ain't my dad. He's not my dad. Ava, he's not. My motherfucking dad in jail. He don't want shit anyway. What would have happened was when they would have switched back around to me, they'd have caught the bicycle uphill, going in the road, tumbling. I'd have been going back.
Why would you have did that? It looked like the mama was putting on for social media.
I'm just telling you.
The mama was wrong.
The mama was the one that was putting on.
That's what exactly. I wasn't mad at the. I'm just gonna let you know since I ain't your daddy and you gonna try to smear me like this, I'm finna dump this motherfucker in the road and I'm finna let you go get it.
I feel like as a parent being married to a man that's not my daughter's biological dad, I never was the type to force her to refer to him as her daddy. Like to this day, she called him Mr. John, and when she wants something, she called him daddy.
Oh no, that can never work with me.
Right, I just feel like parents. I feel like parents, women should not be forcing their children or trying to force that.
I agree.
Title on the step, because if it's gonna happen, it's gonna just develop naturally. It's nothing that you have to enforce. It's nothing that you have to instill. It's just gonna naturally come if he's doing those fatherly activities. Miss Sassy Cat says, "Okay, Mama, don't be saying that. That's my dad because he pumping a damn tie, not tire.
Exactly.
Just say Mr. Tony or something." That's my daughter would have said.
Exactly. You would never see my dick call another man daddy. Hell no. Nope.
But I'm gonna be honest. Like I tell everybody the story about my dad that raised me, which was my stepdad. My stepdad my dad never forced me or my brothers to call him dad. Because of the things that he did in our lives over a period of time, and I ain't talking about a short. It took about 2.5 years for me to ever say it, and my brothers would never say it. But soon as I said dad, I felt it in my soul, and it felt good to be able to have somebody to love us and love my mom genuinely, and not to have to always be and for me not to always have to be the head of the house when he was there. And so when I called him dad, like Savage say, it wasn't because my mama came to me and told me to call him that. Matter of fact, when I first said it, I remember he sat us down and told us, y'all don't have to call me that, but if that's how you feel, then and I'm on my job like that to make you feel like that, then I accept it and I love it. He said, but one thing he said this. He said, don't call me dad just because you want something and things are going good, and then when I have to get on your butt, it's Mr. John again. So either it's gonna be dad or Mr. John, either one. But I don't want you swinging the fence. And once I started calling him dad, it's been dad forever. So,
but let me help you with this legacy. The way that little girl said that, she said that like it's your daughter with you, and you in jail, and her mama forcing this man on her. She let it be clear. You ain't my daddy. Like she had a daddy that she got a relationship with. So little mama, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, baby.
She could have had that discussion.
None of my daddy.
She could have had that discussion a different way with her mama than to be disrespectful like that.
That wasn't disrespectful. She was honest. The mama was lying.
That was disrespectful.
But my thing is this: a mother knows how their children feel. So it's
she didn't know.
Why would you? But listen, I guarantee you that mother know how that. One thing about kids, they'll get in the corner or get in the car or go in the room and be like, "Mom, like." Kids will pull you to the side and let you know they don't like someone. So like somebody was saying, she was trying to put on for social media and she got shamed. Because obviously she was trying to put on for social media like, oh, my man doing this and my daughter. You can look in that girl's face and tell she don't like that man. And you can look in the girl's face and tell she know that her mama got to be out her mind because he obviously don't know what he's doing when it came to trying to put that bite together anyways. So the little girl looking like, not only he ain't my daddy, but he dumb.
God damn.
Hey,
to piggyback off of you. To piggyback off of you.
Say her daddy was in jail, like she know her daddy in there because he was provided for her. My daddy in jail.
Miss Sassy Cat says, says, I feel you on that, Mr. Legacy, but clearly that little princess missed her dad, so he did something right.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe that the dad was good.
Obviously, yeah.
Yes. Now
The mama, I'm gonna go with Miss Whatchamacallit up to the top. I can't hardly see my eyes on her. Miss Carma. I agree with you too.
Yes.
About with matter of fact, all y'all, I agree with y'all on when I was saying that. She did get shamed. The mama was trying to do a little too much, and misread the moment. And the little girl, gave her readings and told her, I don't give a damn about this tie being pumped. It ain't been pumped before.
Hey, Legacy, watch this. Hey, look, that's like when Kamal say he the number one fan. Now you say, excuse me. Exactly. Period.
But listen, and to be honest, when that's how that lady probably felt. That's how I felt when my daughter did Kamal. I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know you was the number one, but you just told Kamal, and she was like, Kamal understood all the time. I don't need no heat.
Okay.
And so, but the kids, I believe it. I do believe it. But we also know that some kids, obviously not this one, but some kids tend to, like Savage say, at times her daughter call her husband by his name, Mr. Such and Such, and then at times when she wants to, the love that she have when he's doing something extra, or she wants something from him special, she called him dad, because she does feel dad inside of her, but
not that little girl Legacy.
Yeah, that little girl was like, nigga, you ain't even got to pump up the time.
They don't even have a you could tell that there's no relationship, no hi, you doing, or the look, her attitude and her body language is so important.
It said it all.
Her body language alone is like, you mess with my mama, I don't mess with you. You my mama boyfriend. Her body language alone would tell you that girl is not into that. Her body language, will tell you a lot. A body language will tell you how to even approach a person. When you get ready to walk towards a person, the way their body language is, you'll know if they're friendly, or you'll know if they're having a bad day, but you just don't know what day. But you just know, like, body language would kind of like give you enough way on how to handle a person. That girl body language was definitely clear. Like, this is my mama boyfriend. He just fixing my tire. This is my mama boyfriend.
Yeah, he's just trying to do this right now so he can dig in my mama this afternoon.
I would have left his screw loose.
Levi said I would have left the screw loose on that bike.
You better believe it. You motherfucking right.
Y'all niggas are so petty. So petty. Y'all petty because the baby
terrible. That is terrible, Levi.
Listen. Hey, while she's been riding the bicycle, I've been like, please catwalk. Show me you can catwalk.
You know what? You ain't even right, sir. You ain't right, sir.
Okay.
I'm ready to get in Camilla bit.
Thank you to your brother Mello for sending you the video, and thank you for sending it to me. And like I said, the last minute I found out how to download it, so that was real funny to share with us. If you guys are just tuning in, I just want to remind everybody, thank you again for joining the Anthony Brown Show and the A.T.L. We're joined with a very special guest tonight, Miss Carma Lee. She's going to share her story, and she's talking about her book. And I tell you, this book is juicy. This book needs to be in a big screen movie theater somewhere. And she's going to share some of the stories and the details, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her life. But again, I just want to remind everybody, definitely tune in Friday. Friday at 9 o'clock. We're on every Tuesday and every Friday at 9 o'clock. So tune in Friday. We'll be joined by Michael. Michael is a brother that has started an ATM business. He owns several ATM businesses throughout the city, and he is making a fortune. And he's going to share with us how he did it and how we can do it also. And on next Tuesday, if you join us next Tuesday, we're joined by Will Horn. Will is a pastor. He wrote a book called The Handbook. So if you go to Amazon and just search The Handbook or Will Horn, you'll see his book. And his book tells you everything that the Bible does and does not tell you about homosexuality. And on Friday, we'll be joined by Eugene Hayes. Eugene Hayes is formerly Sheena Divine Hawkins, a female impersonator that is world-renowned known. but Sheena has recently stopped doing female impersonation, and Eugene will be here to tell his story why he walked away. And tonight we have Miss Carma Lee. Look at all that thickness.
Yes.
I was trying.
She's
I
got
told him about that backside. Yes, honey. That's that cornbread thick, collard greens, ham
Yeah.
hock, turkey legs,
Chitlins.
she's got
oxtail,
her hand up
stupid.
on her hip when she
That ain't Dr. Miami booty right there, baby.
This girl is dumb.
But Karma also wrote a book called Lessons from My Double Life by Karma Lee.
Yes.
Karma is an author, a mother, entrepreneur, a former rapper, and a life coach. So let's get into the jush. Welcome, Karma. How you doing tonight?
Welcome.
I am great. I am great. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure so far speaking with you and the crew.
Definitely. So listen,
Mellow
Karma.
said sexy. Tay said, yes, definitely. Grab my girl book. It's so good. I read it. Miss Sassy Cat said collard green net bone thick.
Hey, gorgeous.
Yes, goodness. I've been knowing Karma for a long time. I remember Karma. Let me tell you a story about Karma. I used to be a manager when I was like 25-ish. I used to be a manager at McDonald's on 45th and Military. 45th and Military over by Sam's Club. And Karma Lee lived down the street from where I worked. And as a little girl, she would come in there, and I just drew a liking to her. It was something about her spirit.
Damn, you old.
She was. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He just gathered me right together.
Yes, he did.
But try to live to be my age. But anyway,
I'm trying.
And like I said, I just, and Karma always had an outgoing personality, an outgoing spirit. She's very outspoken. She said what was on her mind. It was no biting her tongue. What she said it. She meant what she said, and that's what she meant. Even as a little girl,
So she was that first little girl that we just saw.
Yes, she was.
Yes. You know, Miss Legacy, you need to forget. You know, mamas would just forget sometimes. You know how to put it right in perspective. Like, wait a minute.
That was very much her spirit.
That was me. I met Tony when I was 13, when I first moved to Palm Beach. So yes, that was me.
And I remember, giving up free ice cream cones and free this and free that. They just took a liking to Karma, and we've been friends ever since. And I probably was like 25, 26 then. I'm 53 now, so that's how long I've been knowing Karma. And when Adrian spoke, I reached out to Adrian, asked him that I needed somebody to be a guest on tonight's show. He was like, Karma's a life coach, and she wrote a book. I said, wrote a book, Karma? He said, yeah. So he gave me her contact information and allowed the connection to take place again, because we had lost contact, because we hadn't seen each other in years. And I tell you, she does not look a day older since from the day I met you. Still beautiful, still vibrant, still like I said, black don't crack. So again, welcome to the A.T.L show, this segment, and the Anthony Brown Show, and it's a pleasure to have you on the show tonight.
Thank you so much, Tony.
No problem.
Levi and T Savage, my eyes are bad, and TeAma. Okay.
So tell us, go ahead and tell us your story. Tell us a little about your book and what's going on with you.
Well, I'm 40 years old now. So that little life story that you just told about me, now I got to tell my age. So I'm 40 years old now. At one point in my life, I had like a change wherein when I met Tony, I was 13 years old. And I was very outspoken. I was on the wild side when I hung around all the neighborhood guys when I started hustling at a young age. So, once I got pregnant at 15, I decided I couldn't hustle anymore because I didn't want to go to jail. I wanted to raise my daughter. So let's speed up the process. I started dancing at 18 to still make the good money that I used to make when I was hustling. And then I stopped dancing at 18.
Was that ballroom dancing?
No, it was exotic dancing. The dancer that they praise now, and back in the days when I was doing it, I was wrong for doing it. That's that
Right.
dancing.
Okay.
Yeah. So, so I started dancing at 18, and then I quit at 21 and went back to school. And then after I went back to school at 21, I got shot up at 23. And after I recovered from being shot up, people that know me and know my story, they was like, Carma, you should start rapping. You know, you got the image, you got the story to tell. So then I started rapping. I started rapping like at like 24, 25. And it wasn't for me. I couldn't rap. I hated it. I hated my music. I did a few shows. You know, I opened up for Trina. I opened up for Trick Daddy. I opened up for JT Money. But I did not like the I didn't like the lifestyle. It was a lot of brown nosing going on, and from a young girl, I always been a go getter. I never ate humble pie. I never was the type to, okay, yes, what you want me to do? I was always like, well, how much it costs? You know, if I don't have the money, I'll go get it, and if I don't get it right now, give me time to save it, and I'll bring it back. And in the music industry, it wasn't like that. It was more like, well, we gonna have you to
Let
do
me
this, but you gonna blow da da da. And I wasn't the type to eat humble pie. So basically, after I did probably like 2 videos and did a few shows, and outside of me not liking my music, I was like, you know what, this is not what I want. This is not for me. You have to really you have to eat humble pie, and I'm not used to it. So speed up the process. I ended up getting married, and I married this guy. He was younger than me. He was from Trinidad, and we ended up loving each other, and had a good little time or whatever. And both of us became alcoholics. So through those years of him drinking and carrying on, and me carrying along with him, he was more like the breadwinner. He was a CDL driver, and I used to always stress him about getting a DUI. And I told him straight up, I was like, look, if you lose your job and lose this money that you're making, I'm gonna leave you for a sugar daddy.
damn.
You told him you're gonna leave him for a sugar daddy.
Yes, I told him I was gonna leave him for a sugar
So you
daddy.
just put it out there. Okay.
I told him,
Damn.
I said, I'm gonna leave you for a sugar daddy. And make a long story short, um, he got a DUI. He got a DUI. He crashed our car at the time. Um, and I was depressed because, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't say I was a gold digger, because I was always a go getter, but I like nice things because I had my children at a young age. And obviously, if I was hustling at 13, that could tell you that my parents didn't have it. So I never wanted my kids to go without. So the fear came over me on, okay, I'm married. I'm no longer the woman I used to be. I'm not going to be in nobody's club, being somebody's wife and dancing at the same time. I can't go back to hustling because now I'm a mother of 3. So me somewhat still having that mentality, well, I can always try me a rich man and, get money from him and having to pay these bills or whatever. But nevertheless, I end up going to work part-time at a dry cleaners, and I met a multi-millionaire, and at the time I didn't know he was a millionaire. So he kind of like filled me out on talking to me and trying to figure out, my whereabouts and, my relationship status and blah, blah, blah. So I end up sharing with him about my husband getting a DUI, and, how I'm starting working a part-time job. And he was like, oh, I want to help you out. You seem like a nice girl, blah, blah, blah. So this man used to come in the dry cleaners and give me an envelope every week with $500. And he was like, I'm just doing it out of the goodness of my heart to help your husband out. So in my mind, I'm like, this is my sugar daddy I've been talking about.
So he's giving you $500 on a weekly basis in an envelope, but
He was giving me $500. He was giving me $500.
But there was no sex yet.
There was no sex, but because of my past behavior, I was like,
It had to happen.
This is not exactly Mr. Legacy. I was
And
like,
you spoke it.
this my sugar daddy I talked about. I spoke this man up. And my husband still get drunk, and I'm getting tired of him, and I don't know, I can't speak for everyone else, but if you've been with someone for so many years and you're used to working and getting what you need to get, it's hard to just watch someone help you lose it. So that alone made me annoyed with my husband. And on top of the fact that I was I met this rich man that was just saying all the right things. He didn't want sex. He wasn't trying to come on to me for sex. He claimed his wife was sick and he was married, and he just did to help his wife. So at the time, it felt like the perfect timing.
So he put that waiting to exhale Wesley Snipe lie on you.
Yes. So make a long story short, I end up dating this man. He got to this. Yeah. So make a long story short, I end up dating a millionaire. And I basically just, my life changed overnight. And I end up leaving my husband. He didn't know I was dating a millionaire. He still didn't know. I end up leaving my husband, and me and a millionaire dated for 2 years. Now, far as my book, I wrote my book a year ago, and I released it on my birthday, June 27th last year. And the book is pretty much based on my past relationships. It talks about how you have to be mindful what you say out your mouth. It's also backed up with Bible scriptures, because at the time I was young, I was arrogant. I was somewhat still caught up in the world. So the woman that I am now, if I've known what I know now, I would have prayed for my marriage. But because I was still kind of like caught up in the world, I was speaking death into my marriage and thinking I was just calling it out. So my book is based on probably like 4 different relationships, and they're all based on a true story. And it's backed up with Bible scriptures. When it tells a story how I left my husband and I spoke death into the marriage, and I spoke up my sugar daddy, and I ended up leaving my sugar daddy for a young man that I met at the casino, because at the time I had a gambling problem as well. Like, I used to gamble a lot.
Hold on. You left your husband because of alcoholism, right?
Yes.
And other whatever. You got your sugar daddy that you spoke into existence. A millionaire sugar daddy. And he wasn't good enough that you left the $1 million man for a casino junkie.
Not even.
Well, I can't wait for you to explain that.
At least at the casino, you win sometimes. I left the millionaire for a guy. I left a millionaire for a pensionaire. That's what I like to call it, a pensionaire. He worked at FedEx, and he just turned 21. I met him 4 days after his birthday, and I was 31. And I ended up leaving the millionaire for that guy. And
but why?
Why did I leave him? Okay, Kia, let me explain something to you. I'm very humble now because all my curiosity has been killed. You know how you want something so bad? You got more questions, Mello? Okay, give me 1 second. You know how you want something and you feel like things would be better if you had this or if you had that. And I had my husband, he was a good looking guy. He was hardworking. He had good credit. We built ourselves up. We bought our first house at 23 and 21. But I always had in my mind that if I had more, I'll be happy. That's why I basically said, when I leave you, I'm getting a sugar daddy, because my husband was providing good enough. He was making good money. I was making pretty good. So the next level would be a rich man, because we was pretty much comfortable. But once I got the sugar daddy, I realized it wasn't all crapped up to what you think it may be, because you get a rich man, you got the busy man. There's no such thing as a rich man and he got all the time for you. And with that being said, I got everything I wanted. I got over $300,000 out of him. I bought both of my businesses. He bought me a house cash. He paid off my Mercedes, and then I got depressed because I wasn't spending time with him. Then I bought another Mercedes and put rims on it, and bought diamonds and going to the casino, losing money. Money do not make you. Of course it don't. It definitely didn't. But I got everything I wanted that I thought would make me happy and make me at peace. And I realized I wasn't at peace because my sugar daddy was never with me. We saw each other once a week. He was much older than me, so I just was like, ugh, when it was time to lay up with him after I got over the fact that I got him. It's like I was also battling with a Jezebel spirit because I wanted him so bad. And then once he started falling in love with me, it was like, I got to see him this week. So
you didn't want that wrinkle penis.
Once I got him, it wasn't all what it cracked up to be. And after a while, you get lonely. Like you can spend so much money. I used to go to the casino and blow money. I used to go to the casino, be at the Hard Rock and in the high limit room next to, Michael Jordan, the original Michael Jordan. You a strong black woman. Thank you, Kia. And I would be in it losing money like it was no tomorrow. Sounds like you need a mentor. No, I needed God. That's what I needed. I needed God because when I finally changed my life over completely, I got peace with God, where nothing mattered to me but my peace from God. So I didn't even need a mentor because I used to like literally talk to myself and self-discipline myself when I knew what was right and knew what was wrong. But because I was rebellious, I always took it to the level when I had to touch that pot, no matter how hot it was, and I knew how hot it was, I still would touch it. So with that being said, I left him for the young guy, and he found out about it, which is in a book. He found out about it, and I broke his heart, and to each his own. And what? But listen, but
Lexi had a question.
You got to remember, Mr. Legacy, when you think about life, it's always a chain link reaction. I broke my sugar daddy heart, right? But mind you, this man was preying on a married woman. Okay? I was married to my husband, even though he was an alcoholic, and I was going to leave my husband regardless. But he had no problem with letting me know that, I'm here for you. If you need, if you need a lawyer for divorce, blah, 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 whatever. Instead of him telling me after the fact after I divorced my husband, it was times we would have conversation about divorces. And he would tell me, oh, no, I don't believe in divorces. I will never divorce my wife. And we never had that conversation. So it's like a chain link reaction. You hurt me, I hurt you, the next person hurt me.
I think the hurt, he didn't hurt you. You speaking to yourself, the existence that you wanted, what you wanted, you hurt yourself. Because of the fact that you wanted something, you wanted to keep an image, materialistic wise, that you told your husband that, and before I go any further, we're just having this discussion. I don't want no one to think that I'm trying to bash you because I ain't, because I'm so interested even about you, being shot when you was 23. This seems like 21. Something I want to hear. 21, yes. And like you said out your own mouth that you can speak a lot of things into existence. So. Yes, I feel like, at that time when you met that gentleman, you also knew it was game. But at that time, because you didn't want to deal with the fact of your husband being on this rock of alcoholism and then lost his great CDL job driving trucks up to an addiction that you both embarked upon, that, this is why I always preach, and they'll tell you, I was just saying it earlier, I think sometimes marriage is very frugal to me because a lot of times people don't want to go that extra mile, as you said a few minutes ago, to pray and bring your marriage back together whole again. Because that's why one of the vows that it said in a marriage is sickness and health, rich or poor, death do you part. And that's why we just last Friday we had a couple on that. Like I said, they've been together 34 years, his dad and mom 70 years. And I know that wasn't always a perfect relationship. But I think sometimes people, for me, because the road get hard and sometimes we have to go from sugar to shit and think that that's the end of the game, that we don't realize that it can always turn back over to sugar again.
Exactly.
That, like you said, that if you would have been praying for the healing of the marriage and not the prospering of or the pop up of a sugar daddy, then the marriage probably would have endured. But I just, it's just amazing to me how, like you say, sometimes people get what they want and they really don't want that. You got
Anthony,
sugar
put it
daddy.
coming back up there, please. Kia said you have a testimony. You got saved and didn't know it. Thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you, Kia. And you're right.
Yes.
You're exactly right.
So how many times did you get shot, Carma?
I got shot 3 times. I got shot.
Where did you get shot?
I got shot in my chest, and I got shot in my arm. With a
I didn't hear you.
I got shot in my chest, I got shot in my stomach, and I got shot in my arm with a 38.
And you got shot at 23?
21.
No, 21.
21. How long after you got shot did you transition to a new lifestyle? Was it immediately, or like was it like your eye open, like okay, this is my second chance, or was it like I'm still finna do me?
No, it was basically I was angry. It actually made me worse.
Yeah, there wasn't.
I was angry. I was angry because I felt like bad things happen to bad people, and I felt at the time I felt like you reap what you sow. Yes, I sold drugs at 13 up until I was like 15, 16 or whatever. But I never robbed no one. I never stole nothing, like try to kill anyone. Like I don't believe in guns now. I'm not a felon. I can carry a gun. People be like, why you don't carry a gun? I'm like, because I don't believe in killing someone and have to look them in a family face or explain to your mother or your brothers and sisters, I killed your family member, So I don't believe in guns, but nevertheless,
you still live in West Palm? Because honey, I can look at every person's family and they face like, hey boo, yep, they under the ground. Girl, you crazy.
Well, Carma, did you? Do you feel like it was you being shot was God trying to get your attention? Like, I don't know if you feel like that then, because you said you were mad, but do you feel like that now, like reflecting upon it, looking back on it?
No, because he gave me a warning. God gave me a warning and I forgot. He gave me a warning through my mom because my God deals with my mom prophetic. And at the time I was with my daughter's father and he was doing his thing or whatever. And he told my mother 3 different times, tell Carmelie, don't go with him when he's working his witchcraft, which at the time, he was doing wrong. So make a long story short, I forgot, like it slipped my mind. Like even up to this day, I'm still forgetful. Like I clearly forgot. And in the midst of me being shot, I was with my daughter's father and it was intended for him to get killed. But because I was with him, the guy shot me too. So a part of me
did your daughter's father get hit also?
He got shot twice. He died. Yeah, he died. And I survived.
To tell your story. To inspire somebody else that's going through the same thing. Yes. I tell people all the time, when you dealing with dope boys and dudes in the street, like them bullets don't have no names, and if they can't get to him and they know you with, they know he mess with you, and he rock with you, they'll come for you. Or when they come up for him and you with him, everybody gonna get it.
It was
back in the day we had a code. It was a code. You don't touch wives and girlfriends. You don't touch mamas and babies and kids. In 2021, they're touching everybody.
Everybody.
It was never intended for me. So, at the time, what I was saying, at the time when I left my sugar daddy, I met this young guy, and he was young to the point he was just like company. He was just like company, like my best friend, the one I was telling you about.
Somebody to chill with, yeah.
Exactly, T Savage. You pretty much can figure the story out. So, mind you, this guy was young.
That GD, that GD.
That girl crazy.
I'm telling the truth. And listen, you said you was 31. Let me tell you something. Anytime I hear a 21-year-old man and a 31-year-old woman, I know it's that GD. I promise you, that's cougar status, and I love it.
I'm trying to keep it.
It ain't right, but I love it.
No, but listen. He literally, I'm so embarrassed. Listen, he literally was like a friend. Like in the beginning, he was just somebody to talk to because my
girl, please. Then you see that print through the basketball shorts one day. Those sweatpants he had on, girl.
When is this show over? When is this show over? We gotta have to talk about life coaching thing. So basically, what happened was I became a life coach.
We got about 30 minutes.
Help me out. Help me out, Mr.
Listen. I'm telling you that you don't jumped over there on T Savage, and she got it. She got it.
So listen. I'm not playing with you. So listen. So basically, we just whatever, and we end up dating. We end up dating, and I fell in love with him. I fell in love with him, and it wasn't a GD. I fell in love with him. He was like a real sweet, laid back mama's boy. He was working at FedEx. He was going to college for psychology, and obviously he had all his damn sense because he got me psychologically. I thought he was the one, and even though he was young, like okay, I don't care. I'm going to leave my millionaire. And my family and friends was like, Carmelie, are you crazy? Like, do you think if this boy, my babies,
I just say my baby. Hey.
everyone was like, Carmelie, if you think
Hey,
this
cousin.
boy, because he didn't know I had a sugar daddy. He didn't know I was dating a sugar daddy. I kept all that a secret from the young guy I was dating. And everybody was like, Carmelie, do you really think that if this man was in your situation and he had it the way you got it, you think he would choose you? And I was like, I don't care. Like, I wasn't even happy before I met this guy. So if I feel like I love him, like, I don't care. I would lose it all. I'm okay with working and paying my bills or whatever, whatever. But nevertheless, it didn't work out. That relationship is in the book, and I end up dating someone probably like a year later, 2 years later. And come to find out, this guy was legally married to his wife that he was supposed to be separated from, and he had a girlfriend, and me and him started dating. And the wife found out, and she started putting witchcraft on us to break us up. And it was just a bunch of that third story in the book, Lessons from My Double Life. I can't even tell you about that story. That's something you would have to read for yourself.
Yeah, save it for the book. I got to get this book, auntie.
That story alone is like a movie. It's just if that story alone, like
Sound like it.
My my co-writer, the one that looked over everything, she was like, why you just didn't write the book based on this story? She was like, this is so much going on. I was like, I wanted to give different examples.
Maybe you could do a spin-off of just that part of the book,
Mm-hmm.
The tea. Let me ask you a question, Carma. This is a random question.
Okay.
Did you put up some of that money that million that was given to you? Did you have like a little? Because me personally, I probably would have had me a little secret stash, honey.
Can I tell you something? I literally read through everything, and then after I had my daughter, because I'm not telling the whole story. I can't give you everything in a book. I had a child from the 21-year-old. And the millionaire, he basically told me, he was like, I still love you. He was like, if you have this baby, I'm taking you out my will. So
that's what he said?
Yeah.
I'm always gonna choose my baby life, honey. I don't give a damn how much money you got over there.
I was like, well, you can't miss something you never had, So after I had
that part.
Yeah. So after I had my daughter, he told me to rip up the papers because they're voided. So, he took me out his will. But he only left me $3 million. So I'm like, all right, whatever.
What?
Yeah. This man is a multi-millionaire. He's a
multi-millionaire. At the end of the day, you knew God was gonna take care of you, so you wouldn't even worry about that. Because he might have left you $3 million, but God wanted you to live in abundance, and He gonna give you way more than $3 million in your lifetime.
Exactly. So with him being a multi-millionaire, leaving me $3 million was an insult. This man was a multi-millionaire. A multi-millionaire.
Well, I mean, Miss Carma,
let's be ready to let you have it.
Let's just be real.
Was he black? Was he black? That's what I want to know. Was he black? No. I'm not trying to pronounce this, but Miss Gonzalez said I would have said poo-poo and man to rob him. I know that. Hey, Tyrone,
them. And Pookie.
Better early than them.
That's crazy, boy. This is exactly why.
Oh Lord.
No, Miss Gonzalez, you did right by not sending nobody to rob him. You did. That Carma, like your name is Carma.
Yeah,
that Carma there ain't no joke.
I just took it for what it's worth, and
right.
I felt like it was a lesson learned because I realized money doesn't make you happy. That the curiosity is literally gone. Like right now, at 40 years old, I feel sorry for men and women being with people for the wrong reasons outside of love. Like the guy that I'm
Amen.
with, I love him. You know, I love him. I want to be with him. I'm actually doing what I should have been doing for my last relationship with my husband, praying for this marriage. I mean, for this relationship. So you live and learn, and that's why I wrote my book, because I wanted my book to help people. It wasn't about a sin is a sin. Yes, it is, but I don't believe in robbing and killing all that stuff. So
Nah,
Girl,
I
that's
don't
my
rock with
crazy cousin.
that.
we
That's
know,
my crazy cousin.
I
we
don't
know.
rock with that. She basically saying sin is sin, girl. What did that? So
Yeah,
basically,
cause somebody.
I look at it for what it's worth, and I learned a lot. That's why my book is called Lessons from My Double Life. I learned a lot from every relationship that I had. I realized that, like I said, money don't make you happy, and I actually feel sorry for especially women. Like we as women, like men make it so easy for us to lower our standards just by the way they come at us. They will come at us in a way where, and we'll find ourselves going against our standards on what we say we will stand for and what we're not going to stand for. But at some point, if you meet the right man, you're going to bow down some way, somehow, even if you don't eat humble pie, even if you just do something that you never said you'll do. It's just like, to me, if it's not love, if I don't love a person, like right now, I wouldn't dare entertain a man if I don't like him. Like back in the days, I would talk to you just because I know I can milk you dry. Back in the days when I was younger. Now that I'm older and having the experience from dating a multimillionaire, there's nothing a man can give me that I did not have. Even though I don't have it now, I'm living from check to check. But I'm at peace. I'm at peace, and I know how it is when I don't have to sell out and be with somebody for the wrong reasons.
Miss Sassy Cat says, you live, went through the storm to inspire other queens. You are definitely
Thank
serving
you.
your purpose, sis.
Thank you, gorgeous.
Gonzalez said, you should want to bow down to someone you truly love. That's loving you right. My
True.
question, Miss Carma, is where can we find this hot book?
It's on
Let the viewers
Amazon.
know.
It's on Amazon.
Amazon?
It's on Barnes and Nobles. It's on Goodreads. It's on Kindle. Where else?
You say it's on
It's pretty much,
Amazon?
yeah, it's pretty much
Mm-hmm.
it. Wherever you could buy a book at is out there. You could just type in Carma Lee and it's gonna pop up. You could just type in my
Listen,
name.
I didn't know what I was gonna be doing after school ended. I got a whole week of vacation before summer school. I know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna be doing. Reading your book. Okay.
Keep me
Jumping
busy.
Curiosity
in.
that killed the cat.
Oh,
Keep me
I
busy.
want to know.
The
Yes.
Yeah,
the
the
book
curiosity
the book
definitely.
kind of the book kind of reminds me, Miss uh about Sister Soldier's book, Coldest Winter Ever. It's pretty much kind of revealing like that. Just hearing you talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Well,
and that was a
ashamed to
good
say
one.
this, but I didn't read that book.
It's
I read
awesome.
it twice.
I
you
know, and
read the
it's
book.
terrible. I'm a teacher. That's the one that's up there in the collection. But
Thank
Miss
you. Well, you
Gonzalez
read the book.
says, what made you just do it? The book writing. I've been writing my book for 2 years.
Can I tell you something? And I'm glad you asked that question, Miss Gonzalez. Um, it's so crazy because I don't want to tell you the juicy part of the book, because if I
I'm
tell you
about
the
to say,
juicy
don't spill
part
the
of the book,
tea.
if I tell you
No
the juicy
spoilers.
part of the book, Miss Gonzalez, if I tell you guys are gonna be like, you know what, you got to finish telling this book. So I'm kind of like holding back on it. But okay, I got you,
Call me
Nina.
Nina, by the way.
So
Okay,
what made me
Nina.
write the book? Let me tell you what made me write the book. I was at work. I was literally at work, and I've been spiritual all my life. I've been very spiritual all my life. Even when it's so crazy, because not to get off the topic, I was so spiritual to the point when I was selling drugs, I used to pray before I go out on the block, and it's crazy.
The Bible said
And
everything you do include God. You did right.
yeah, and
It say
I
that.
believe that.
It say
I
that.
believe that.
I
And
be
when
at
I
the
was
casino. Lord, let me hit. Let me
I'm
hit.
telling you, so help me God. I used to be in a strip club. I used to be a strip club and get
So
all the
damn
girls in the
crazy.
dressing room and be praying. No, I'm serious. You know why? Because let me tell you something. God knew my heart, and He knew this day was going to come. You not being a stripper or not being a drug dealer, you can't really talk to a person that's stripping right now and tell her how she can get out the club, or tell a person how
Mm-hmm.
they can stop selling drugs. So nevertheless, my life been a testimony before I know it was a testimony. A person couldn't
Correct.
come to me and say, "Oh, Karma, well, why are you doing? You gotta do is quit." I'm looking like, "Well, do you know how I feel to count 5 bands in one night and you tell me to just quit? Do you know how I feel to go in a champagne room with a multi-millionaire white man that's pulling out a black card? and just tell you, don't worry about it. You beautiful, and I like your hair. You look Dominican. You speak Spanish, and he's just giving you 2,500 just because you know how to fit. You know how hard it is to let that go. So if a person come to you and tell you that, you can easily say, well, I just feel like it's just easy to do it. No, it's not easy. It could be a real sickness, and it could be an addiction. So with that being said, the way the world is praising this and they cheering it on, they didn't do it when I was doing it in '98. And here I am now. I still look good. You know, them bullet wounds ain't changed nothing. They ain't stopped nothing. Under my clothes, I still look good. If I wanted to, I can go dance now.
It sure didn't.
You know, but I don't.
You see that? That's karma right there.
Tony, stop. So with that being said,
Tony, stop.
Hey, Carma, did you see how close Legacy was sitting back? That picture came up. He went all the way to the screen like this, like
he was trying to be
back
one
up
of
a
the
little so he can
butterflies on the
focus.
leg.
Listen, he's trying to make sure he can focus them eyes. Okay.
I wasn't even paying attention. So back to the question, Nina. When I was at work or whatever, I was just sitting at work. It was quiet. And I heard the Holy Spirit say, today is the day you're going to write your book. And I started laughing. I was like, write a book? I barely know how to text back. Anyways, and after I said that, everything started coming into my mind so fast when I had to grab my phone and take my Microsoft and start typing everything. And it got to the point, things came back to my memory when I started crying because I forgot about it. Like I was raped by a family member, and that's also in the book. But I was younger. One of my family members was drugging me and raping me. So that came back. That's in the book as well. So I started crying because things started coming back to my memory that I prayed for and asked God to, allow me to have forgiveness in my heart to whoever did any harm to me, because I have to make peace with whoever did wrong, even if they don't apologize. I have to make peace because I want to go to heaven. If I've been on earth all these years and I'm not at peace the way I should be, the way you claim it's going to be in heaven, I want to eventually experience that, because I never really felt this peace that you speak about in heaven. So that was always my conversation with God. So make a long story short, everything started coming to my mind, Nina, about putting in this book, and it was coming so fast. I had to take my phone and I started typing it in my Microsoft, and I was like, wait a minute, I don't even know how to write a book. I don't know where to start. So probably 2 weeks into writing it, I had contact my friend. She writes books. She writes like novels and stuff. And I was like, hey, Jasmine, the Holy Spirit told me that I'm going to write a book, and I wrote a lot of stuff down, but I need to know. I would never believe your story, but the Holy Spirit tells you to do something, then God blessing you with the words. I never saw him work like through my mom. That's beautiful. Thank you, Nina. So I contact my friend Jasmine, and she was like, well, I got this guy, he's a publisher, and he could do the book covering. I said, but I need to know how thick can I write the book, because so much is coming to my mind, and I don't want to write too much, and I don't want to give people too much of it, because I always want to do an autobiography. I ended up contacting the guy, he just gave me the runaround, and I was getting discouraged. And then one night I was like praying. I was like, God, you know what? This is your project. This is not my project. I never wanted to write a book. I only wanted to do an autobiography. That's it. And I was going to do it when I turned 50, God's will. And I need you to put me in a direction with someone that's going to help me, because I'm considered illiterate when it comes to this topic. I'm a life coach. I'm an ex-drug dealer. I'm an ex-stripper. I'm a home health aide, a PCT. Like, I'm everything but an author. So if this is what you want me to do, you got to put me in the right direction, because I'm going to get annoyed. And I know me, God, if you don't put me in the right direction, I'm going to put it on the back burner. So then I heard the Holy Spirit say, go up on Upwork. I don't know what it was. So I Googled it like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and it's like this website where you can find people and you can hire them. So I typed in looking for writers, and I strolled down and I found like 3 people that I read their profile, and I ran across this Black lady, and my spirit was at peace when I read her profile. Yes, that's exactly what I did, Nina. So my spirit was at peace when I read this lady's profile, and I contacted her. I said, hey, I'm looking for a writer and possibly someone to help me publish a book. I'm writing a book, and I don't know nothing what I'm doing. I just know I got a story to tell. So I interviewed her, and at the end of the interview, she said, "Oh, if it makes you feel better, Carma, I'm a Christian." So I was like, "Shut your mouth." So she was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "Do you mind if I pray with you before you leave, and then if you do other interviews, I just pray that God works in your favor and He do everything that He's calling you to do." So when a lady prayed over me, I had so much hair on my arms that I didn't even know I had that much hair on my arms standing up. And
Stand it up.
after she got done praying, I was like, "You got the job." So make a long story short, she told me I need to write a book like 50 words, 50,000 words. Um, by the help of the Holy Spirit, I finished my book in 6 weeks.
Mm.
I finished my book in 6 weeks. My book was finished, and I did like a app where she can go inside my Microsoft and do the correction or whatever. Because I wasn't an author. It was things I put stuff in, and she was like, "Are you trying to say this or were you trying to say that?" I was like, "Well, you figured out. It's your job, but this is what I want to say." So
Yeah.
that's what I'm paying you for. This your field. And make a long story short, she was like, "Karma," she's like, "You sure you never wrote a book before?" I was like, "Never." Now that we're talking, the Holy Spirit told me to do this, and this is everything came from Him. He told, basically, she was like, "I write books and I publish them." She said, "But to say you're a busy woman, you're working, you got your kids, you're taking care of dementia patients. How did you finish this book in 6 weeks? And it's really good." I was like, "That's from the Holy Spirit." So
I
that's
just
how I
want
came
to.
about writing my book, Nina. That's how I
I
came
just
about
want to
writing.
share this. I want to read your dedication in your book right quick because I love it. If
Thank
that's
you.
okay, can I share a
Oh,
part of your book?
yeah. You could do whatever you like.
I would like to dedicate this book to my Heavenly Father, God Almighty. You've changed my ways and opened my eyes. Thank you for having mercy on me, sparing my life, and allowing me to share my story with the world. I'm forever grateful for what you've done, Lord. I pray that you are able to use this book to help others come out of their double lives and live totally for the true and living God. That's amazing.
Thank
Like
you.
my copy will be here Friday. I just ordered it on Amazon. Like, I'm over here, click, type.
Thank
I got
you.
to read this.
Thank
I
you.
got to read this.
It's based on it's based on my past. And at first I had fear. Back to your question, Nina, I had fear. Yeah, that's back to your question. I had fear because I shared some things like nobody really knew about my family secrets about one of my family members drugging me and raping me. So I was
Mm.
kind of embarrassed of putting that in. And I just was like scared, like I was crying because I'm like, everybody assumed that I'm this tough girl. I don't fold. I've been through a lot. My life is great. I had people buy my book and inbox me crying. It's like, I've been raped too by a family member. And Karma, I used to watch you on Facebook, like your life was so good. And I was like, that's a person that's hurting. Like people used to envy me and then realize I was at one point suicidal when I didn't want to live because I was, it's hard to be the one to go in the family and say he's been raping me, and then the family's looking at,
And
well,
not
You
gonna,
wonder how they gonna react, right?
and
but
family and
mind you,
family
mind you,
hide family issues.
but mind you,
Family hide family issues.
the family was side with him, and has been siding with him, as if, oh, you just got to move on and forget because demons made him do that. And I'm like, well, the demons told me to kill
Demons
y'all.
my ass.
You know what I'm saying? I used to be like this for real for a long time. I'm like, well, those same demons that had him raping me tell me to kill y'all. Y'all still living.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
the demons can only do what you allow them to do, and that's what you really want to do. I don't want to kill y'all. I want to forgive y'all. So nevertheless, back to the point, I was afraid to share my story to the fullest, Nina, because I wasn't worried about nobody taking my ideas because it was based on a true story. I was just more worried about people judging me and my other relationship, the one I'm not really talking much about. I played the fool for this guy, the one that stabbed me. I played the fool for him. He took me through stuff that I never dreamed I would ever go through, as far as being someone's girlfriend. I was known for like dealing with a man, and if I felt like he wasn't worth my time or worth me even having a conversation with, I wasn't putting up with him. And I went through a lot with this last dude in my book. And I was embarrassed of that, to share that as well, because people on the outside out there like, oh yeah, anybody she dates, she run him, and she got that man wrapped around her fingers, and not knowing I played the fool. Some women get hurt, some women get dogged out, some women get played. I was playing the fool for one of the guys in that relationship. Like, I played the fool for this man, and that alone was very embarrassing to actually admit. When my writer, when she was reading it, she was like, wow, Juan took you through a lot, Carma. You don't even look like the type to go through that. I was like, yeah, I played the fool. So that was hard.
Nina,
That was a
was
hard
Nina
story.
trying to figure out with you, Camilla? She trying to figure out you wasn't afraid that the lady that you was hiring would steal your book?
No, that's what I said.
Meaning,
I wasn't afraid of it because it was based on a true story. So even if she was to try to steal my ideas, hers would have
You
been
could talk about the sewer.
hers. I could have not only sued her, but hers wouldn't have been based on a true story. Like, you can tell your story, like stories that I told. It's like some of them are in the newspaper articles. So basically, I have proof that this is my story. You understand me?
Copyright infringement.
So she has it copyrighted already.
So she couldn't take it if she tried. If you're doing an autobiography or doing a story based on your life, a person can try to take it if they want, but at the end of the day, if it's about you, what more can they can't. There's only so much they can take from it and add to it.
That's like people ask me often, do I trust the person who makes my flyers, like the flyers that you're on, the person who makes my flyers, the person who designed my book cover, and that helps me with a lot of things. He happens to be in Nigeria. A lot of people often ask me, well, do you trust this person with this information or that? Well, first of all, this is what they do for a living.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So just to steal my information or steal this and steal that, there's nothing they can do with it to benefit from it. So the only way that this person in that third world country is going to benefit is for me paying him for doing what I need him to do. So
exactly.
Yes, I trust them for doing what they're doing. And some of these sites, like this site that you use for the book, I've heard of them before. I forgot the name of them, but yeah, I've heard of them before. And like I use Fiverr.com. These sites, these people, a lot of people are in third world countries or foreign countries, but they're just so gifted. But because our dollar is worth more than their dollar, they're willing to jump on the job and do this work and get it done. Like that.
In your first quarter, Ms. Carma, of selling the book, you said the book has been out for a year. How many books have been sold?
I was not much. I would say probably like 100, a little over 100. And the reason for that, because we was during the pandemic, and I didn't want to push it as much because I want to do a book signing. So if you're pushing out there, like last year, keep in mind we was in a pandemic, everything was shut down. So this year, now that everything is opening up and they're allowing us to open, like where to be mask free, now I want to promote my book more because I want to do a book signing. And with the reviews I got and the feedback that I got, I'm going based on what people are telling me that don't even know me. The book is amazing. This book is great. And I did not want to under promote it because once you do it the first time, you got to make sure you do it the right way. I didn't write this book for benefits. Like, I'm pretty good with my job. Like, I'm comfortable. God has blessed me, truly blessed me as a single woman. When with a man or without a man, I'm eating. So the book was mainly, obviously, for God's glory. I don't know what it was. I didn't care if 2 people bought it, 3 people bought it, 50 million. Whoever bought it, that was for them, because this was God's project. It was never mine. So it was never a promotion where, oh, I gotta be a #1 seller. I didn't care for that. Like, people right now tell me this book is so good, you need to send it to Tyler Perry. Like, I don't care for that. I just know that once I put it out there and promote it the right way, now that I can get it out there with the pandemic like loosening up, I'm gonna let God have his way because he's.
I'm about to say God will line it all up for you.
That's nothing. This was his project. It was never mine. So I just know now I have to promote it because the world is opening back up now.
D said, keep your head up. We all have a checkered past. The scripture speaks on the renewing of the mind.
Amen.
Another thing I want to do for you, Carma, when tomorrow, when I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow, I'm gonna call you. want to connect you with I have this connection as a person that does book promotions.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they specialize in, and they could I mean, to the point where they could put like they'll send out like 100,000 emails and put you in front of like NBC, CBS, and publish articles and all this kind of stuff for like a little of nothing.
That's what I think. But
yes,
I want to make sure that the country is kind of like open now, because one thing about it, when God wants you to do everything with wisdom. You know, if I can't do a book signing and people really want to come out there and say, hey, we want to meet this author, but the world is shut down, or people are not comfortable coming out because they're afraid of getting sick and dying, I don't have a problem with just patiently waiting and praying and say, okay, God, when is the time to really go out there and promote it? You know, because like I said, you know, you don't want to do something and just rushing it just because it sounds good, or you got like 50 people telling you, oh, this book is so good. But, you know, if you got it, when you got it, it was meant for you at the time. And like I said, you know, I had a few people inbox me crying, you know, after they read the story, and then they like don't even know me, like talking to me.
So when did you become a life coach?
Oh, I became a life coach because everything that I've been through, I was looking at a lot of people like on groups on Facebook. They're like, a lot of people are lost. It's like they're lost. They like really. The people that are out there, they either forgot where they came from, or they're ashamed of it, or they never been through it and they don't want to go through it. And I just feel like, you know, with me becoming a life coach, I have a name on it and I'm certified now. So some way, somehow that would kind of like give away for someone can kind of like let their guards down. Like, okay, well, she is a certified life coach. Let me hire her to work with me, versus me just going out telling people what I've been through and how, you know, God would be there for you as well. So I decided to become a life coach because I wanted to help people and let them know, like, you know, it's okay. You know, not everyone is going to be educated and use big words and be rich. You know, I'm comfortable. High school, you know, never went to college. I wouldn't promote somebody to say don't go to school, but at the end of the day, life is not over. And you know,
I saw your website for a life coach. Very impressive.
Coaching with Carma. Yeah, coach. I actually built that. Thank you. I built that myself because I was at work and I got bored. And once again, you guys gonna probably think I'm crazy. Once again, the Holy Spirit told me to become a life coach. I didn't even know what a life coach was. Honestly, I never knew what a life coach was.
What's your website again?
Coachingwithcarmelite.com. I didn't even know what a life coach was. The Holy Spirit told me to become a life coach. And I was like, what is a life coach? And then when I Googled it, I was like, oh, I've been doing this all my life, but I don't want to hear people's problems and da-da-da. Like, I got my own problems. But nevertheless, I took the online classes and, you know, took the tests and everything. And then I started, yes, that's it. Coachingwithcarmelite.com. Oh, you got to do the E, where the A is at.
Okay.
So I started a mentor program at the Juvenile Detention Center with my life coach business. I was going to see the juveniles every Wednesday and speaking to them. And let me see, coaching with Carmelite. Yes. So yeah, I started working with the juveniles at the Juvenile Detention Center in Palm Beach County with my life coach business, and inspiring the kids and talking to them and letting them know, like, I can relate to a lot of things, and there's some things that I can talk to them. Like I say, if you never been there, you can't really get someone's attention if you don't understand them.
Hello, family. Hi, Zachariah Bell.
Hello. So
Hey,
welcome. Make sure you watch the replay if you're just not joining us. Hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you.
I just want to remind everybody also, before I forget, because I forgot like 2 or 3 times. On the 19th of this month, that's Juneteenth. Juneteenth is the actual Independence Day for Black folks, for people of color.
Yes.
Because remember, 4th of July, when they received independence, we were still slaves.
Yes.
So July Independence Day had nothing to do with us. So So remember back in I think it was January 1863 when Abraham Lincoln signed
Emancipation Proclamation
for slaves to be free. it wasn't until I think it was either 3 or 5 years later when all the other slaves actually got wind of it.
Wow.
So also in keeping in remembering the Juneteenth, we also have a shirt that we're selling. So make sure you pick up your shirt. The link is in the description below every video that we put out. So you click on the merchandise link, it's going to take you to all of our shirts that we have merchandise like crazy. So remember, Juneteenth, 1865 was when we were actually freed. So that's our Independence Day. So just want to let y'all know that's a little.
So don't go out there. So don't go out there buying all your red, white, and blue stuff, cause that ain't your Independence Day. That's your colonizer day.
Right. That was the slave master's day. So just to show you some of the other merchandise that we have.
The Anthony Brown Show and the A.T.L Show now have merchandise available for purchase. You can purchase your merchandise at the link located in the description section below the video. We have male and female shirts, male and female tank tops, jerseys, hoodies, and onesies for your infants. Yes, everything you need in apparel, we have it here. The Anthony Brown Show, along with the A.T.L Show. The A.T.L Show shirts proudly say we are the blueprint, and the Anthony Brown shirts grind until you shine. Get yours today.
Yeah, so in addition to the 2 shirts that they showed in the video, like I said, we also have the Juneteenth shirts, and we also have a 4th shirt. And the 4th shirt says, "I am holy and hood. Which one do you want?" So we have 4 shirts to choose from: the A.T.L shirt, the Anthony Brown shirt, holy and hood, and the Juneteenth shirt. So it's 4 shirts to choose from, different size, colors, designs, tanks, shirts, hoodies, onesies. So go over there. The link is in the description below all the videos, and shop. And it also supports the channel. So get your Goldie gummies and get your merchandise. All that supports the channel. It costs to run this here. Back to you, Carma, before we go.
I'm all the words now. I'm just trying to stay out. I'm just trying to stay away from telling so much about the book, honestly, because I can get carried away, as you see. So
the book sounds very, very interesting. I definitely want to place the order tomorrow.
It's a lot. It's really a lot. It's a lot going on.
Okay. So guest members, do you have any other further questions you want to ask Carma?
Is your contact information in the book, or
no? I don't have no contact information in the book.
So they go on your website is a phone number and an email.
Yes, on my
okay, so people can reach you through your website. Okay, that was the kind of
website. I can be reached through email or my phone number.
Okay. That's great. I just want to again remind everybody, definitely, if you have any letters, any concerns that you want to, with your family, boyfriend, baby mama drama, relationship issues, church issues, best friend issues, definitely, like I said, write them in to the AnthonyBrownShow@gmail.com. We will read your letters live on the air and respond accordingly. Thank you, Carmelie, for being on our show tonight. We really appreciate you.
Me. Yes, thank you for coming.
Definitely. And everybody definitely go on to Amazon, go on to wherever you can find books.
Barnes and Nobles.
Barnes and Noble, and purchase her book, and just search um, Carma Lee, or search Lessons in My Double Life, License of My Double Life, also by Carma Lee. So you'll find her book either way. And sounds like it's very, very interesting. It's a must read.
T Savage, I definitely want feedback too. Make sure you give me
Absolutely.
your feedback.
The book will be here Friday, but they gave me an option to read it on my Kindle to start reading it early. So I'm probably gonna start reading it
I
tonight.
definitely want your feedback because you are no hold bars. So I definitely want your feedback.
I appreciate that. Definitely, you will get my feedback.
Okay.
Hey, Teama. Hey, Tyson.
Okay.
Is that his little head? Chocolate baby.
Oh, there he go. Before we go, also I want to say I want y'all to just pray for me. A dear friend of mine passed away on yesterday. His brother found him passed away in his home, and he was a member of the LGBT community. And actually, this person actually goes way back because he actually knows Legacy from Job Corps. He and Legacy attended Job Corps during the same time. And he had wonderful things to say about Job Corps. He said, say about Legacy. He said Legacy he knew Legacy as Dream. And he said, man, Dream ran the campus. He said Dream was like Nino Brown. He said, whatever.
Who what the where?
He said Legacy, that whatever Legacy said on campus, it went. He had fellas walking around like they was bodyguards, and like he had 2 or 3 dudes go to that dorm over there, get my girlfriend, bring her back, and dudes would stand outside her door and everything. I mean, Legacy ran the campus like Nino Brown for real.
The short Nino Brown, ain't that something? The mini Nino Brown.
So this is a picture of my friend.
This
is a picture of my friend. His name is Derek. He also went by the name of either Peaches or Miss Dominique. And so he was a member of the LGBT community. And we worked together at Walmart back when I was working in retail a couple of years ago. And one thing I loved and adored about him so much is the fact that he was very brave, and he taught me as a person to live in my truth and just don't be afraid, and just live your life unapologetically. And because, like I said, sometimes he came to work as Derek, sometimes he came to work as Dominique, but either way, you had to respect him for who he was, and he always had a smile on his face, and his spirit, he was filled with laughter, and he kept everybody entertained on the job, to say the least. And today I was just in tears all day long today. Vanya, who was a previous guest, Vanya is actually his sister / brother, and Vanya called me today and was telling me about the situation, and so I'm trying not to cry right now, but
yeah, but get yourself together, Tony. But Derek, he was a good spirited guy. Like Tony said, when I met him in Job Corps, it was more. He was the type of person that would always have an uplifting word for people who was just coming and getting into Job Corps, feeling distance and not understanding what their purpose was there on the campus of Turner Job Corps. And they have a memorial of Derek on the Turner Job Corps website about him. He was actually a good dude. He was one cat that, for me, being a straight heterosexual guy, when I ran into Derek when I moved here, not knowing, and me and Derek was in Job Corps together in 2000 to 2002, and Derek was the type of cat. When I first ran into Derek in the Walmart in Lake Park, Derek at that time, I had met Tony, but me and Derek already knew each other from Job Corps. But Derek, I was never uncomfortable with knowing who Derek was or knowing his lifestyle, because he was just always a good, genuine dude. And there used to be times because Derek lived close to me that I would happen to just come in Walmart and Derek would be getting off. And by him living close to me, it don't matter if I'm walking out with my kids or if I'm walking out by myself with a buggy full of groceries. If Derek was going my way, I never felt any kind of way by giving Derek a ride because I just looked at him as my brother, you know. So, you know, Derek actually helped me. I guess you could say he helped get over homophobic feelings of, you know, oh, a straight man can't be friends with a person that lives an alternative life. But Derek was a dear friend of mine. He was a good dude, and it's a tragic loss. But God knows best.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And he would definitely be missed. And like I said, my prayers goes out to his entire family, all of the friends that loved him dearly. And wow, it's just whew. Yes. So anyway,
Tony, I'll be praying for your strength. It's never hard to lose a friend.
yes.
I mean, it's never easy to lose a friend. Thank you.
Anything else you guys want to say before we leave? Carma, don't log off yet. But anything else you guys want to say before we end the show?
Miss Carma Lee.
Yes, sir.
Check this out, right? You know, before we leave, I don't know if T Savage gave it to you the right way when you first came on. I know I was a little bit late, but when we leave the show, our guest bless our podcast show with a humbling cliche saying. So before you leave, we need you to bless our podcast with our slogan. And do you know what that slogan is?
No.
Well, I need you to say, A.T.L. ho!
Oh my God.
Let them know. Let them know. We need to hear it, Doc.
A.T.L. ho.
You know it.